Hello everyone, and welcome to this new video, where we will see together the incredible myths and legends around the haunted ship Holland and Flying the Holland, and Flying is said to be the ghost ship that inspired the movie Pirates of the Caribbean. And the story of sailing is surely one of the most mysterious of the legends of the seas. Many sailors know it and fear to meet it one day. This legend dates back to the 17th century, when the Flying Dutchman had to return to his home port in Amsterdam. According to some reports, it was carrying a huge amount of gold that would have driven the entire crew insane, so much so that they would have thrown the captain overboard to mutiny. But in his last breath, the captain would have cast a curse on them. The sailors who had recovered the gold wish to return to their home port, but by the time they get there, the whole crew will develop a terrible disease. The whole crew will catch the plague, the ship will no longer be accepted in any port, they will be condemned to wander on the sea until the disease ceases, or takes away the whole crew. Since that day, there are many testimonies of people who report having met the Flying Dutchman. And among these testimonies, we find very credible people such as commanders or officers. They all report having come across a ship eerily resembling the ship of the legend of the Flying Dutchman. Describe all this half shipwrecked, but who mysteriously do not sink his voices. They would be completely pierced or shredded. And some of them will even go so far as to say there are still some crew members, and they would look like the living dead. Or zombies. Their skin would fall off their faces and the smell coming from that boat would be nauseating and could be felt for miles around. Of all the testimonies that there have been, none of them would have had the courage to get close enough to board that ship and find out more. One of the most credible testimonies that we have is that of King George V. He reports having seen the Flying Dutchman himself during his military service. In these testimonies, he even reports that he would have seen the ship surrounded by a kind of red halo. Strange. But there are also other testimonies that we can take very seriously. In 1939, 10 people reportedly passed the half-wrecked ship before it moved forward at high speed and suddenly disappeared. Or again in 1942, it will be more than 50 different people will testify and report having seen the Dutchman flying off the Accords. But here too, they all report having seen mysteriously disappear while the weather was fine. So, natural phenomenon, mirage, or simple marine legend. The mystery of the Flying Dutchman still remains whole, and it will surely take a very long time before. And that one person cannot uncover all his secrets. And that's the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to tell me in the comments, and if you have topics like that you want me to cover in my next videos. If you are interested in intelligence, you can go see my other episodes. You can like, share, and subscribe, and see you in a future episode. It was Geek on Fire.